Okay, I have a short video again. This is one of my games. I was playing as black, and I used the French defense, which I've been trying out and using different variations of it as a defense to the king's pawn opening. And we'll start the game, and white does play the e4 king's pawn opening. And first move of the French defense, e6, and this pretty much starts to blockade the white diagonal here that comes down to the f7 square, which is everyone pretty much knows is the weak square for black. And pretty much going along standard moves here. I think these were some of the most popular moves I've seen on the analysis on the opening line French defense. And d5 is my next move, which I'm strengthening this diagonal and also kind of staking some claim to the center of the board. And white could have taken en passant, but there's no real benefit because he just marched a pawn down the board for really no reason at all. And play continues, and this is pretty much a typical move for white, is the d4, and he wants to kind of take his claim to the center of the board also and tie up my pieces. So we're pretty much both taking stake here in the center. And next move, this is also typical move, is the c5 pawn, which is protected by the black bishop. So this is a point where white can take if they would like, or not. It would be a pawn exchange, and in this situation they do take. And I want to retake with the bishop and c5, and white comes down here. This is a little different. Usually you would see the knight come out to like f3 or something. This I haven't seen yet, but I see what they're trying to do is they're going to try to break down my center here. And what I do is I want to try to start a queen side attack. I'm just going to ignore this for the moment, and once I put the queen here on b6, reinforcing my bishop, now I'm attacking the f2 square. And a good move by white after this was move that knight out to h3, which protecting that pawn. So changed my strategy a little bit, but actually this worked out pretty good. From here, his next move was just to move my queen up to b4, check. And now the decision from white whether to use the bishop. If they use the bishop to block, then I would take the b2 pawn with the queen and possibly start a lot of trouble there in the corner. Another move is to move the knight out to c3, and also you could move the king, but at this point you try not to, so you still have your castling possibility. So what they did was move out to c3 with the knight, blocks the check, and from here I believe I moved my knight out to e7. Obviously I couldn't move it out to f6 because of the pawn on e5, and this here was just a development, and also so if I wanted to castle a little later, and then I can bring this knight from here safely out to f5. Alright, next move by white was to attack the queen, get it out of there. It's pretty dangerous at this point, and I still wanted to keep that pin on the king, so I just brought the queen back and put it on a5 there. And then from here white had a what they thought was a good move, but ended up it was not such a good move. Of course it looks like a nice pawn fork here on the queen and the bishop, but if you look at this, if I take that pawn with my bishop, I still got the pin. Now his next move, he really doesn't want to take my bishop with that pawn, because then with the queen I'm going to take a rook and then possibly a knight all the time, still have the queen in this corner, which is going to cause chaos, and I'm going to gain a lot of material. And the next they realized that, so what they did is backed it up here with the bishop, which at this point it didn't matter, because it's still gonna, as you see, result in a quick game here. So at this point there's still a pin. I've got to reinforce with the queen, and there's a decision to be made there, and really not much other than this, just to take it. And I'm just going to retake and put the king in check again. Also I've got a fork here at the rook and the king. Wouldn't want to do that though, because it's just, I want to lose my queen after that. Now if he would have moved the queen to block, yeah, then I would have took the rook. So his best move, I don't know if this was the best move or not actually, but he didn't want to lose that rook, and he moved the king up to e2. From there I could have moved down here to e5, check again, but I can give check and take this pawn over here. It was intuition. I wanted to get rid of this pawn, and I knew I'd probably be able to take care of this one later. This one just seemed like more of a threat to me for some reason. So back in check. And then of course when he moves the king out of the way, he's got the bishop threatening my queen. And as you see here, he can, if I'm not careful here. So real easy. Queen to e4, check. And this is pretty much checkmate in one after this. And really having this knight on e7, I didn't realize it, but in the beginning, until this point of the game, that was really a nice earlier move there. It wasn't intended for this. I thought I was going to castle, but got into the position. Nice mate, 14 moves. Nice game, quick game. I hope you enjoyed this.